Hello, and we're back in Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Are we done looking at the sweeper?
I was about to make another pun, but I'm not going to now. You don't deserve it. Honestly, my enthusiasm's just been swept aside. Actually, I don't hear any more. Search the area! He's around here somewhere! Outsider!
It still pays to be cautious.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing, because I think it means that
won't budge.
They're not quite as onto us.
Well, by the sounds of it, there's like other stuff that's going on in town.
There was an explosion there as well. I mean, that was nothing to do with me, I don't think. That was pure dumb luck, unlike opening that door.
There's something on the wall behind us.
Oh, what a hole. Right, let's have a look.
That's just some ammo.
So obviously you've probably realised that we're picking up all of this ammo, and you can kind of figure out what we're going to get, gun-wise.
Yeah.
So at some point we're going to get a Tommy gun, at some point we're going to get a pistol.
I kind of like that he doesn't have a gun right away, because it's like you wouldn't have lots of guns.
Well, what people say actually is people say that once you pick up guns, the game becomes lesser, not as good a game, because it's no longer about stealth and being terrified in the face of unimaginable danger on a cosmic scale. But I'm not so sure I agree. I think the game's fine once you pick up a gun.
I could see it maybe being better with it rationing just the gun stuff.
I don't think it loses anything, certainly. I mean, I kind of like the second half of the game.
Because I suppose if you had the option to just kill all of these people and run around the town willy-nilly.
Well, yeah, but if you play the game like a traditional game, you kind of... I mean, even we've fallen into that a little bit with the weights, where we went upstairs and explored first instead of going downstairs.
Yeah, it depends which way you make yourself play the game.
So, yeah, I mean, a lot of it is... I mean, if you don't take anything seriously and just go through it blasé and have the sound turned down, and you're obviously going to miss that entire horror experience.
Yeah.
But that's not really the game's fault.
No ammo. We're in a little storage room.
A decorative vase. Nothing of interest.
I think we might be in a church.
I would go in there. Oh,
That's why I
maybe.
wasn't going to know.
Right. You can just say, like...
But again, is this me being a bit too much of a gamer?
It's just an old
Probably.
grandfather clock. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest here.
Because this is you
I don't
knowing
have
my
spare
took
time for
spot,
reading.
anyway.
Oh, someone put an extra space in.
Well, those are pretty windows.
It's locked.
Actually, yes. Let's discard our gaming instincts and just go.
I can't see this meeting with the order's approval.
Jack, you're alive. Thank God.
Just barely. The order has got half this blasted town on my heels.
I warned you, Jack. I told you the order wouldn't stand.
Save it, sweetheart. You found anything more on Brian?
He never made it out of town. The order has him holed up in the old jailhouse until he's needed.
Needed? Needed for what?
Sacrifice, Jack. To Dagon. They'll take him out to Devil's Reef, and he'll never be seen again.
Dagon? Sacrifice? This is crazy talk. Innsmouth's old fishing tales have muddled your mind. But I don't want another death on my conscience. Where's this jailhouse?
It's out the back of the Merchant's Bank, just past the old water tower. We better keep off the streets. The tainted are roaming everywhere. There's a secret crypt under the church that leads out to someplace safe. We can use that. My father built it when he was minister.
Okay, get your father and let's go.
I can't. I mean, he wouldn't pledge himself to Dagon. He called it blasphemy. The order found him and...
Jeez. I'm sorry, Rebecca. Did your father ever show you how to get into this crypt?
No, but he gave me this. I think it'll help.
Found us. We have to leave now.
The church is this way. Follow me.
Come out!
Yes, that's sort of an instance wherein if we just explored, maybe we could have found something upstairs, but now we have to run away.
I'll go upstairs.
God help us.
Oh no, she's
We'll have to
gone.
make a run for it.
Yep,
Follow me, Jack.
Don't let him escape!
just have to like it.
We'll be protected inside.
What? Oh, shh. Okay.
Is she dead?
Don't let him get away!
Yes.
She's dead.
Feather in?
Kill him!
We want to maybe go up that ladder, that's what I would suggest.
So, yet another person for us to feel guilty about who died because of us.
Right, so Church Refuge. It's still February. It's 9th. There's no going back now. The locals want me dead, that's clear enough. And they can't afford to let me get away now. Even in the sanctuary of the church, I don't feel safe. Though it looks like Rebecca was right. They're not making any effort to break in like they did at the hotel. I'm going to miss her. Still, at last I have a lead on Brian Burnham. Rebecca was convinced he is alive and being held the town's jailhouse? Being held in the town's jailhouse. But where is the jailhouse? According to Rebecca's directions, I need to find the merchant's bank and then the water tower in order to reach it. That's easier said than done though. Those things have me pretty much trapped in here. Eventually one of them may think of burning the place down, or they may overcome their fear of the place and come bursting in. I need to find that secret way out. Rebecca said her old man's postcard would help, but I don't know how. I just hope I don't have to go back through those sewers. There's something down there for sure. I thought it was just another tall tale at first, but I could feel it, and that slime. It was like a trail from something not natural. What did that hick call it? A shoggoth? The Order's grip on the folk of this town is strong, and they'll stop at nothing. Rebecca's murder proves that, and old Zadok. Looks like they beat him to death for talking to me. I should have left the poor old rummy alone.
So yes, he feels guilty about all these. I mean, obviously, I suspect that the person most responsible for Rebecca's death was the people who shot her.
Yeah.
But yeah, he feels guilty about it. Because, you know, she never would have been in that situation.
Yes, it has sort of that element of, it is your fault and it isn't, because obviously it's always the fault of the person who shot that person, because whoever shot Rebecca is the one who killed her. But yes, you're messing and stuff. But here we are.
If you're willing to come out now, we'll not gut the gal's carcass.
We'll look around, I think.
There's no point going back that way.
I suppose let's explore while we're here.
But yes, he even mentioned it in the other room. He didn't want another death on his conscience.
Ha, lol.
Which sort of... Oh, there's an elder sign. Oh, thank God.
There's a guy over there as well.
Yeah, we can see him in the distance. It's sort of doing that. His personality overtly is him going, oh, well, I don't want another death on my conscience. But then when it's just us playing him, has all this horrible stuff he's saying and thinking about.
Give yourself up, outsider.
up here?
There's no way out of there.
Bells.
Just give yourself up, outsider. The Order will have mercy on your run.
Oh, and that reminds me. An old postcard pierced with 4 handmade holes. There are some strange handwritten instructions on the back, which are in our book.
General evidence.
So it's not going to be the diary, not going to be the manuals, it's going to be a collection of general evidence. Postcard. And it says... On the back of the postcard there is a handwritten religious verse. It must be a coded message. It reads, I ring the bells unto thy glory, O Lord, from the lowest unto the highest, and by the sacrament of baptism shall I enter into your secrets. The postcard must also serve some other purpose. It is pierced by 4 handmade holes, each circled with a number of arrows. The arrows seem to signify some sort of order. Order of Dagon? No. Different order. So that's the last of the notes as well.
Okay. I think to us diehard Silent Hill players and fans, we can see a puzzle when we read one, or puzzle directions when we read them.
If you're willing to come out now, we'll not gut the gal.
We're not going to go up?
Yes, of course, I'm having a look around.
Alright.
There's a
What
raised
is that?
section of tiling in the
It's
baptismal
a raised
pool.
section of tiling in the baptismal pool.
I haven't seen a church like that before. A real one, obviously, I mean. Maybe they do exist in America.
The defacement of the church must have happened many months ago.
Again, really nice stained glass.
It must be intended as a warning to the Christians of Innsmouth.
And yes, he's actually been crucified.
Pleasant.
Just give yourself up, outsider. The order will have
Health kit, at least, that's something.
I guess. But looking out on our congregation,
trapped. There's
I'm going to leave it there.
Bye bye.